This week's video is about nothing more and nothing less than relaxation and photography and possible relationships between those two things. I hope you'll enjoy it. If you do and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Today is Friday and I've had a frustrating week. Nothing earth-shattering has happened. It's been a case of lots of relatively minor incidents and people letting me down and poor customer services from businesses and things that should have taken no time at all to get sorted out have ended up taking hours and lots of work. Like I said, nothing major, but just the kind of thing where frustrations build up and you start to really feel, although you know you shouldn't, you start to feel kind of stressed out about it. And because of that, I haven't actually been out doing any photography because I kind of had this lack of creative feeling. I felt like I needed to relax before I could go out and do photography. Of course, I actually had it the wrong way around. I photographed this tree before, a couple of times actually. There's a really nice cloudy backdrop there, so I'm thinking maybe try and get a shot of it that kind of puts it against those clouds along with a mixture of blue sky as well. It might look quite nice. So I'm just going to take a little sort of wander around this road here, try not to get run over by any traffic that decides to come down. Got the 12-100 lens on and we'll give it a go and see what we can do. There's a guy stopped there in a high-vis, he's on a bike, but he's stopped, he's got a high-vis jacket on. I don't know if he adds to the scene or takes away from it, but I'm going to take a shot with him there, and then hopefully he'll move on in a minute. So got the tree on the left, clouds in the background, and he's over on the right, very small in the scene, he is. I've always tried to be fairly relaxed about photography. It's a relaxing pastime for me. I like to be chilled out as much as possible. Yeah, there can be some running around and things can get a bit frantic and hectic if you're chasing the light around sunrise or sunset, or if there's something happening in the scene that you need to get to quickly. But as a general rule, I like to, take my time and just relax and enjoy it. But there is a risk, and it's perhaps a risk that's exaggerated for people like me who make these kind of YouTube videos, that every time we go out, we've either got to get something spectacular, which, let's be honest, is not going to happen. You can't get spectacular images every time you go out. Or we've got to do something extra creative or extra clever, or we've got to have some kind of lesson or teaching moment or something to impart. And that can make it really difficult if you're not feeling at your creative best to actually get the motivation to go out and do something. So I had to kind of shake myself out of that. And what I've done today is just accepted the fact that this may not be a great video. Certainly the images may not be spectacular, but at least I'll get out and enjoy myself and hopefully take my mind off of all these annoying things that have been bugging me all week. Over there is like an arched roof with pillars up, and there's trees growing inside it. It's some kind of centre to do with the water route and the mill and all the rest of it. I've never been able to get over there. Well, I'll tell you, I got over there once, but every time I tried to get there, the bridge across, which appears to be the only way to get to it, has been locked up. I'm going to go and check it in a minute just in case it's open, but I doubt if it will be. But what I thought I'd do is shoot it from this side. There's a nice bank of cloud behind it. There's trees on either side that kind of frame the artificial part of it, the shaped roof. And there's all these sort of grasses or reeds growing up, which are actually catching the light a little bit. And if I time it so that hopefully there's not too much direct light on the scene, I should be able to overcome any contrast challenges and maybe get something interesting out of it. And again, this is a 12-100 lens shot. And what I might do is do some exposure bracketing, just in case I need that little bit more detail in the shadow areas. I come onto a bridge over the river. As I'm looking down here, my first thought was there's some kind of reeds hanging over the river, and I wondered if there was a possibility of a more abstract shot. But as I looked down there, I realised there's a duck sitting on the shoreline down there. So I just thought I'd throw on the long lens and see if we can get an image of it. There's some more ducks over this side, but first I am just going to get a shot of these reeds, keeping the same lens on, so I want to be zoomed all the way in. I do think it makes for quite an interesting kind of abstract image. See what we can do with the ducks over this side now. I've come around to the back of this building that I looked at earlier, this kind of arched roof, but it's closed up from the back here as well. I thought it was. And it's like a bridge over the river here, and some water kind of rushing down there, but no images to be shot, and you can't get through the fence. So if I carry on down this way, I've got a very long walk before I can get back across the river again. So I'm going to have to backtrack and see what else I can find. I've been out now for probably about an hour and a half, and I feel so much more relaxed than I did before I came out. Just wandering around, and all of the little niggles that have been getting to me just seem to have gone away. To be honest, this whole trip out, I haven't even really been actively looking for things to photograph. I've just been kind of wandering around and letting the world move around me and seeing if anything grabs me. I've been out for probably 2.5 hours, just wandering around and using photography as a way to relax, to get rid of some of the niggles and frustrations that have been bugging me this week. That meant letting go of expectations. That meant not putting any pressure on myself to create anything particularly wonderful. In terms of relaxation, it certainly worked. I feel so much better than I did when I came out. In terms of the images, I don't really know. You'll already have seen them, so I guess you can make a judgment for yourself. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed coming along for this little trip. If you have, likes, shares and comments are always appreciated. If you've enjoyed coming along and you want to continue seeing my stuff and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until next week, bye.